Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining in this very important update here on price action of Bitcoin. As we can see guys, today's video is going to be a little bit different. We are going to dive into some of the bigger time frame and find out what could be happening next, because if you zoom out, if you look at the price action in a different time frame, mostly in a bigger scale, things looks very interesting, and that is what we are going to talk in this video. But first thing first, please destroy that like button, and then to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much. Now, first thing first, what I want you guys to do is to monitor the price action of Bitcoin here in a monthly time frame, because in a monthly time frame, Bitcoin actually looks very bullish. Why? Because each and every time, whenever the price of Bitcoin here in a bigger picture has went through the halving, what kind of scenario has played out? Because if you look at this from 2012, the first Bitcoin halving, before we had an actual parabolic move, first the price of Bitcoin had a bull market. Bull market ended, started with a bear market, and what happened after that? We started following this rising trend line, or so-called an expansion trend line before the halving. And when we went through the halving, and when the price found proper support at this rising trend line, it started with an actual parabolic move, or so-called a bull market rally. Same thing happened here. Bull market rally ended, we started with a bear market. Bear market ended, we started following this rising trend line, just like from this past price action. We started testing this rising trend line, which was one of the most important support. And when the price went to the second halving in 2016, what followed after that? An actual markup phase, or actual parabolic move. Same thing has repeated again and again. Bull market, bear market, price falling, an expansion phase before going to the halving. And just like in 2012, 2016, even in 2020, you can see when we were following this expansion trend line and Bitcoin went to the third halving, what followed after that? An actual parabolic move. Now, what I want you guys to do is to monitor this price action after going to the halving in 2024. Bull market ended, bear market ended. Price started following this expansion trend line, just like from this past price action. And now, if this exact scenario is going to repeat again, you can see we went to the halving, and now the price of Bitcoin could be preparing itself for a continuation, which might look somehow like this. Yes, guys, in a bigger picture, if this repetition continued, then you can see in a monthly time frame, or in a bigger picture, Bitcoin actually looks very bullish. Not just only in a monthly time frame, even in a weekly time frame. What I want you guys to do is to look at this Wyckoff's price cycle, because even according to this Wyckoff price cycle, Bitcoin could be heading towards to form this distribution area, or the overbought area. But for that, we are expecting this uptrend to continue. Yes, guys, each and every time, if you look at this Wyckoff's price cycle, if you look in our price action, things looks very similar. Overbought area, you can see here. Let's go back from 2014, 2013, right? Overbought, oversold, just like in this example. Overbought, oversold, or also known as accumulation area. Ended the accumulation area, started with a bullish move, but the actual bullish move, or an actual markup phase, only played out when we were able to break the previous high into support, which resulted in an actual markup phase. And why markup phase? Because after ending the accumulation area, what usually happens? Demand is greater than supply, which tends to push the price higher. Same thing happened here. Overbought, oversold, right? We ended with an accumulation phase, which later resulted in a continuation, a bullish continuation. But when we broke the previous high, just like from this past price action, only after that we had an actual parabolic move. Same scenario is playing out again and again. Overbought, oversold, price starting with an uptrend, but the actual uptrend only happened when we broke out of the previous high. So in our case, we are already above the previous high, and now if this continuation is going to continue, then you can see just like this one here, Bitcoin also looks like preparing itself for a continuation, which could be bringing us towards this overbought area or distribution area. But for that, this uptrend must continue. Yes, guys, to form the overbought area, to form a distribution area, whereas we are expecting this uptrend to continue. So that's why doesn't matter whichever scenario look at it, in a bigger picture the price of Bitcoin is turning bullish. And now, even with the help of this indicator, I have been very clear with you guys, each and every time whenever our indicator, the ETN normalized and William percentage error, give us a confirmation the market around this area might have bottomed. What has happened after that? I have been very clear with you guys. In 2017, when we had this vertical green line in our indicator, ETN normalized William percentage error, what happened after that? You can see after the confirmation from this ETN normalized and William percentage error, the price of Bitcoin started with a new bullish move, a move of above 2000%. Same thing happened in 2018. We got a buy signal from our ETN normalized William percentage error, which later resulted in a very bullish move, a move of around 323%. Same thing has happened again and again. So what I'm trying to pinpoint is that we just found out, according to Wyckoff price cycle, Bitcoin could be heading towards to form this overbought area or distribution area. We could be continue with this bullish move after the halving, just like from this past price action. Now, if this exact continuation is going to continue, even according to our indicator, if the price of Bitcoin simply shows a move of around 100%, because in average, the minimum move was around 323%. So even if we are going to get only 100% move from here on, right, you can see it is going to bring the price of Bitcoin around 150 or above that range. So that's why 150,000 above that range is where we are expecting this bullishness to continue according to our chart. And not just only according to this price action, according to our indicator, but even if we look at this Bitcoin yearly columns. Yes, guys, these are yearly columns. And if you look at this from 2011, 2014, 2018, 2022, in 2011, we had one bearish year and two consecutive bullish year, but that ended after 2014. I mean, after one bearish year, we are seeing three consecutive bullish year. Again, one bearish year in 2018, three consecutive bullish year. Now 2022, one bearish year, three consecutive bullish years. So that's why we are expecting 2025 also to remain bullish. Yes, guys, according to Bitcoin yearly columns, we are expecting this bullishness to continue. And after that, and only after that, maybe we are going to start with another bearish continuation. But for the month or the year 2025 is expected to be bullish according to this yearly columns. And now let's dive into the price action, because just like how we anticipated, Bitcoin, after breaking out of the upper trend line from this falling wedge, has started with a move, a bullish move. And now if we look at this price action carefully, it is very normal that we are facing resistance after reaching 405,000. I've been very clear with you guys, but once this key line of resistance gets flipped into support, the price of Bitcoin, just like here, could be starting with another bullish continuation in this manner. Yes, guys, we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to continue with this uptrend, just like as shown here in an example. But that does not necessarily mean that we have to see a move which might look somehow like this. I mean, there could be a pullback. I've been very clear with you guys. We might see pullback, but that does not change the overall picture. That might be just a temporary pullback, Bitcoin coming for a retest, and after that to continue with this uptrend. Because if this continuation continues, then parallelly we are also going to continue with this broadening wedge formation. Yes, guys, according to this right angle broadening wedge, the upper trend line is rejecting us. This upper trend line for now is looked as a line of resistance, right? But once this key line of resistance gets broken, you can see according to this daily time frame, Bitcoin is expected to come across $135,000. Yes, guys, our price opportunity from this right angle broadening wedge sits around $135,000. So that's why once we flip this key resistance into proper support, right, we are expecting a continuation in this manner to play out. So what I'm trying to pinpoint here is that if we start seeing pullback, if the price shows more exhaustion, then please, I just want you guys to zoom out. This pullback here could be a great buying opportunity if we simply zoom out, and price after that is expected to continue with this uptrend. The reason is very simple. I've been very clear with you guys. The reason why we are expecting a final pullback before continuing with this uptrend is because we are choosing a direction. Price of Bitcoin is choosing a direction without touching any of these three trend lines, and in more than 90% of cases Bitcoin has touched the trend line, and only after that it has chosen a direction. So in our case, since the price is clearly heading upside without touching any of this trend line, that's why we are being careful. There could be a free fall. If we see another free fall like this playing out, I don't want you guys to be shocked. This will be giving us a great buying opportunity, in my opinion. If you see a pullback like this, it could be giving us a great buying opportunity, and price after that is expected to continue with this uptrend, because we are aware any sort of a pullback. Now we have extremely important support line for Bitcoin above 90,000. I mean, according to this Bollinger Band, after breaking the upper band, it usually continues with an uptrend, because if you go back and look at the price action, you can see after consolidating, whenever the price has broken the upper band, in many cases it has resulted in some very bullish move. And in our case, since the price has also started to break the upper band, we are expecting this uptrend to continue. But any sort of a pullback in the medium short term, this line, this central line or the basis line, will be acting as support. Yes guys, above 90,000, and price after testing that area could be making a move in this manner, because beside the support from this central line, we also have support from this Williams alligator indicator. And according to this Williams alligator indicator, since this is a bullish cross, green line is appearing at the top, blue line is at the bottom, just like here. Now any sort of a pullback, this same trend line will be acting as support. Yes guys, since this here is a bullish cross, now any sort of a pullback, the same trend line, top central and the bottom Williams alligator indicator, will be acting as support, and we are expecting a continuation like this to play out, because parallelly, if you look at the price action here using this horizontal trend line, it is very normal that we are facing resistance after reaching $105,000. I just showed you with this example, right? This one example, right? So it's obvious that we are facing resistance. So any sort of a pullback, what could it be? Simply a retest around the previous temporary area, this trend line, which is around 98,000. And if you go lower for the most traded price area, which will be around 93,000, in between that range. So if you do see a pullback around that area, I personally think this would be giving us a great buying opportunity, and price of Bitcoin after that is expected to continue in this manner. So what I'm trying to pinpoint is that any sort of a pullback in a bigger picture could be giving us a great buying opportunity. So these were some of the quick updates that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed my work, then please guys, do not hesitate to destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. And by saying this, I'm signing out until next time. Bye bye.